What is up, SD Racing family? Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be tuning a 2015 Ford Mustang with a Whipple Supercharger Kit. So this car came to us with a broken tensioner pulley. It was an aftermarket one, not for the Whipple kit that is installed on the car. So we got them the genuine Whipple part, installed it on there. Did the baseline pull a few weeks ago. It made 467 horse, 461 torque. During that pull, we noticed it pulled a lot of timing, knocked real good. I say real good, but real hard in the upper RPM range. Dropped a whole bunch of power, so pulled the spark plugs, checked them, needed a new set. Put a new set in there, and then we'll start tuning today. Not sure what it should be. Should be in the 5s. But we'll see what it does. We're tuning with HP tuners, and again, it's just a 2015 Mustang GT with a Whipple kit, so we'll see what we can get out of it. First pull is in the books with our tune file in the car. We made 526 horsepower, 475 foot-pounds of torque. Now remember, we did the baseline not on the same day, obviously. A few maintenance things to take care of in between. Namely, I think other than doing the pulley, we changed a set of spark plugs in it too. So may have gained a little bit of power on the tune that came in with had we changed spark plugs and ran on the baseline, but right now with end of the year we just don't have enough time with our backlog of work to continue to do that, so we just got right into tuning today. Both numbers are weather corrected, so it should tell a close, it should be a close approximation of what they are, but the big thing is focus on the curve of the graph, also not just the power. So here's what the two graphs looks like. So the lower power graph right here, if you notice a big drop in power up here, there's a lot of knock and it pulled a lot of timing. I mean, that was 420 down here versus 520, somewhat up here. That was about 100 horsepower difference between the two pulls at, what was it, 6,300-ish RPM, around there. A little bit more than that, really. A little over 100 horsepower difference. So when you modify your car, maintenance, spark plugs, fuel system, cooling systems, everything. The more power you make, the more shit you break. And the more power you make, the closer your maintenance intervals need to be. So whereas, a car like this could go 50, 60, 70,000 miles on a spark plug change according to the manufacturer, once you start adding horsepower to it, those intervals get shorter. So 526 horse, 475 foot-pounds of torque, much better graph overall than the baseline pull. We're going to review the log. It was a little bit rich on that one because we added fuel based upon our baseline reading. If it was misfiring because of the bad plugs, then obviously we got way too much fuel in it now. I think it was like an 11.0-ish up top, which really we want to be around 11.5 to 11.8. So we're going to take a look at the log, make a change, and do another pull. That pull netted us a healthy change in horsepower. We made 543 horse and 477 torque. Here's what the graph looks like. So we're going to work on next one, see if we can get the throttle to stop closing. Higher RPM range. For some reason we're getting a little bit of throttle closure. Trying to figure out what limiter we may be hitting with the Whipple Supercharger on here. But 543 horse, 477 torque. We're going to do one more pull to see if we can get it fixed. If not, it is what it is right now until we can figure out what is going on with whatever limit we're possibly hitting and do a little bit more research. So we're going to make a change as to what we think may be causing it, and do another pull. Well, that does it. We weren't able to get the throttle to stop closing up above, I think it was 6,500 RPM, or right around 6,500 RPM. But we did pick up a little bit more horsepower. We didn't make any changes to fuel, ignition, anything like that. It just ran a little cleaner on that pull than the previous one. 554 horse, 481 foot-pounds of torque. So compare that to our baseline, just 467 horsepower, 461 foot-pounds of torque, and a huge drop in power past, let's see, 5,800-ish RPM, something like that, because of a lot of knock and a lot of ignition timing pull. So here's what the graph looks like from comparison to what we just finished up versus what it did on the baseline. So a lot smoother graph all around. No more big drop in power there. Again, this is roughly, what's that, 60-ish peak overall, or peak horsepower overall between here and there. And then right here, I mean, this was around 400 and less than 420. So you're looking at over 120 horsepower gain between the baseline pull with the tune it came in on versus what we just did, even with the throttle closures up here. So if we can figure out what the throttle closures are, we're still fairly new to Mustang tuning. Naturally aspirated, we haven't had any of these issues. Just this being the first supercharged one of this model year that we have done. Just something weird in airflow tables. I'm not sure exactly what. Did some research, and it might be in the body control module. I believe that there's an airflow limit that needs to be changed that I can't do with HP tuners. We'll do a little bit of research on it and see what I can figure out. But for right now, 554 horsepower, 481 foot-pounds of torque for this 2015 Mustang with a Whipple Supercharger. So if you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up. If you liked it enough to share with your friends, please do so. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, think about it. We hope to see you again soon. You all have a good one.